It has been said that on October 7th, one world ended and another world began. Israel was attacked by Hamas. 4,300 missiles were fired into this country out of Gaza, and over 7,000 Hamas terrorists and civilian collaborators came into Israel and committed terrible atrocities. They slaughtered over 1,300 people. They filmed it. Women, children, the elderly, whole families. They kidnapped over 200 individuals, and nearly 7,000 people were injured. This has started a major war, not just against Hamas in Gaza, but the next day, October 8th, Hezbollah in the north, southern Lebanon, began launching missiles. This resulted in hundreds of thousands of displaced Israelis and Israel being attacked on 7 fronts, Iran being the epicenter of that anger, of that war, and of that global chaos and desiring to destroy Israel. So Bridges for Peace, we're not tourists, we live here. Bridges for Peace is an organization that has been operating in Israel for over 50 years. And the organization has grown thanks to Christian supporters all around the world who have prayed and donated as we show unconditional love, the love of God, to the Jewish people and bridge the gap between Christians and Jews in Israel and around the world. It is an amazing organization, and I believe it's an organization that God has blessed. He's given us strength and favor. But on October 7th, Bridges for Peace, we were affected. Within our volunteers and the people that serve and our staff members, we have about 30 children. We have families, young adult families, all kinds of people. And on October 7th, Bridges for Peace, we found ourselves running to bomb shelters. I myself had to grab my children and run into our safe room with my kids crying as we heard missiles being intercepted above our home. This has been the reality that Bridges for Peace shares with the people of Israel. We don't run away. The good times and the bad times, we stand firm because God has called us to do so. And it is a pleasure and a privilege to stand with the Jewish people in this time, but we need your prayers. We need your support. It's not easy. Over 10 months since October 7th, and that wears you down. It emotionally drains you. Working with displaced Israelis, meeting with survivors, meeting with family members who had loved ones murdered, connecting with soldiers who are actively fighting, emergency responders, mayors, social workers, desperate people. But Bridges for Peace is in the gap. I believe it is something from heaven. It is a calling, and we are seeing it physically manifest before our eyes. The donations from around the world, millions of dollars have come in to support the people of Israel since October 7th. The prayers, I have traveled globally and spoken in churches, and I am so encouraged and blessed by the support. So really quickly, let me share this with you. We've purchased ambulances and bomb shelters. We've helped displaced families. We've helped and met the needs of people in trauma through care. We've provided for hundreds of additional children on our Feed a Child program. We drove down hundreds of bags of food and clothing even on October 9th to Sderot and communities like Ofakim and Netivot in the Gaza enclave, the Gaza envelope. We have helped these people in Kfar Aza, desperate people who've lost everything. But guess what? They haven't lost hope. This nation is unified and it's strong despite the complexities and the grief. This nation has also seen Christians like you and me standing in the gap. So thank you for praying for Israel. Thank you for standing with Israel. The people I see on the streets of these cities are the people that you are touching. And it is my job, my calling, to remind them they are not alone. And Christians like you stand with them, for them, and are praying for them. Am Israel Chai, and God bless you all.